Hey, what's up, ghouls and gals? Welcome back. Today we're doing something a little different. If you've been here for a while, you know I love bad films. And when I'm talking bad films, I'm talking about like B movies or just movies that have really low ratings, that are cult classics, or that end up being really good in the end. So today I'm going to talk about 5 horror adjacent films that I want to put on your radar, because even though these are kind of bad, they are really good. So if you're here for 5 movies full of bad dialogue, bad choices, and great boobs, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more, check out all of my links down below if you'd like to see any more of me or support the channel any further. I'm sure I could do multiple parts of this topic alone, bad films that I love. And also, just before I started filming this video, we watched the most deranged, unhinged film I have ever seen, and it made this list. I had to take off a film. I took video violence off of this list to replace it with something completely out of left field. So let's begin with my first of 5 bad, quote unquote, bad films. Let's talk about Head of the Family, directed by Charles Band. This one is from 1996. In the midst of a torrid affair, Lance discovers that Knob Hollow's weirdest residents, the Stackpole family, have been doing hideous human experiments in the bowels of their basement. Now, we first watched this along with the Joe Bob. There was an episode of Joe Bob's Last Drive-In featuring this movie, and I feel like with Joe Bob's commentary, it made it that much more fun to watch. But I love this movie. Honestly, I love anything that Charles Band does. And Head of the Family would make a great double feature with his other film, Hideous. There's some crossover with actors between those films. But let's move into another film that I just love so deeply. I have such a massive love for this movie, Tromeo and Juliet. Another one from 1996, directed by Uncle Lloyd Kaufman. All the body-piercing, kinky sex and car crashes that Shakespeare wanted but never had. Join Tromeo and Juliet as they travel through Manhattan's underground in search of climactic love, violence, and the American way, of course. Now, sometimes we put this movie on to go to bed. It's such a comfort watch for me. I don't know what it is about. When we first kind of watched, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but I am a big Troma fan, and of course I enjoyed it. Okay, moving on to, if you guys partook in our film fest last year, I showed this for our film fest. You can watch this movie for free right now on my Patreon if you would like. That is Frank Henenlotter's Bad Biology. From 2008, driven by biological excess, a young man and woman search for sexual fulfillment, unaware of each other's existence. Unfortunately, they eventually meet, and the bonding of these two very unusual human beings ends in an explosive and ultimately over-the-top sexual experience, resulting in a truly god-awful love story. This movie is fucked up, just the way I like it. I love Frank Henenlotter so much. He is such a weird guy, and I'm totally here for it. Now, if you're into a film with multiple sexual organs, perhaps, check this one out. It's a lot. Okay, at number 4, let's talk about another film that I hold very close to my heart, a film I love so much, Tammy and the T-Rex. From 1994, an evil scientist implants the brain of a murdered high school student into an animatronic Tyrannosaurus, who later wreaks vengeance on the bullies who killed him and is reunited with his sweetheart. When I tell you this is Denise Richards, like one of her best roles besides Drop Dead Gorgeous, like she is putting her whole puss into this role as like it is such a good movie. Paul Walker, R.I.P. our king, he really does. With the crop top, he sells this movie. Like this movie could have been complete unwatchable shit, but when I tell you Denise Richards and Paul Walker carry this movie on their backs, it is so good. It is so another comfort watch. Okay, this last one here, I'm gonna warn you, this is probably one of the most, I want to say, disturbing films in a lighthearted way. We just got done watching this and I don't ever think I'll forget this movie. This is Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead. From 2011, racked with guilt over her younger sister's suicide, pretty young karate student Megumi accompanies a group of older friends on a camping trip into the woods, where they are attacked by feces-covered undead. And don't let that synopsis take you out of the gem that this movie is. There's a lot of bodily fluids. As someone who deals with pretty, I'm not gonna say it's that bad anymore, but I've talked about having emetophobia, the fear of vomit. I can discern with movies, okay? It's pretty okay with movies until it's too much. There's so much fake puke in this movie, so much poop, so many farts, so much eating parasites, bodily parasites coming out of orifices. It is such a weird movie, but it is a total gem. This comes from the director of, if you guys remember my deep dive into the ABCs of death, this is the director of F is for Fart. Complete, of course it is. But this movie was just so up our alley. Alex and I, when it was done, we looked at each other and honestly we're the easiest 5-star ever given to a film. And it's not for everybody, but if you like a Japanese questionable zombie film with a lot of bodily fluids and bad dialogue that is really funny and just some parts you cannot look away from, definitely check out Zombie Ass, the Toilet of the Dead. And trust me, when you get to the Toilet of the Dead part, there's no going back. So that is my list for 5 horror films. I feel like they're not true horror, they are, but in a sense there's a lot of comedy involved. There's a lot of sex and weird situations involved, but that's why I'm saying they're horror adjacent films. These are just weird ass films that I really love, and a new discovery from today that I will not soon be forgetting. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I kind of wanted to talk about some let's get weird today. This is my last video for the month, but in June, I have some really exciting stuff planned. Some movie reviews. We're going to do summer camp, horror movie review week. I cannot wait for that. But on that note, let me know if you've seen any of these films. Let me know if you've heard of any of these films. Let me know if you plan to watch any of these films. I'm pretty sure almost all of these are on Tubi for free, if that is any help. And like I said, you can watch Bad Biology over on my Patreon. If you check out the movie night collection over on my Patreon, there is a plethora of free movies for you all to watch. So on that note, I'll see you in a few days for something. I think we'll do the next part in my weird underrated horror movies that you guys have never heard of series. So I will see you in that video. Sayonara, spooky fam.